Munger Vision, and boy, the tension is just ratcheted up a notch. We're in the semifinals tonight from Proctor, Vermont, as the Rutland Town Red Sox take on the Proctor Rangers. You're watching the Rangers warm up. It's going to be Jordan Hansen. He'll be the starting pitcher out there for the Proctor squad. He went 3 innings in the quarterfinal game, pitched an outstanding ball game, had a day's rest, and he's ready to go. Shane Portovansky will be his catcher, and at first base will be Cody Landon. Second base will be Kyle Miles. Your shortstop, of course, is Richard Boucher. Down at third base is Jesse Slade. And in the outfield, we're going to have Ryan Johnson. In right field, Curtis Tomlinson, of course, is your center fielder. And Sam Tilden gets the start in left field. Over at first base is Cody Landon. Like I mentioned, he pitched the last 3 innings of the quarterfinal game. Pretty dominant performance, big with the bat. And one of the many players you have to watch tonight. For the Red Sox, well, they're a very good team. They're well coached, and they present a big problem tonight for Proctor. Winner here will move on to the championship game. It's still a single elimination type of contest at this point. But come Friday and Saturday, it's the winner of 2 out of 3 games. Logan Billings will lead things off for Rutland Town. Lucas Heald will be batting number 2, and Steve Anderson in that 3 spot, and Andy Kanash, who got the win in the quarterfinals against the Rockies, will be the cleanup batter. And the first pitch just about set to get going here, and we are underway in this semifinal matchup between Rutland Town, obviously in the Red Sox, and the Proctor Rangers, and that's going to be off the fist and foul. Kind of a strange day weather-wise. It was hot and sunny most of the day, then it got a little dark towards supper time. And on my ride from Rutland to Proctor, I drove through a couple different rainstorms, and we had sprinkles before the ball game. It was overcast. And the umpire says outside we'll have a 1-1 count. One thing that really comes to mind about both these teams, this is my 3rd time doing the Red Sox, is they fundamentally very sound. And it's a good swing, foul back, strike 2. Had a good rip at the ball. Proctor coming in with an undefeated regular season, got 1 win in the playoffs already. And people are talking to me about the Red Sox when the Rockies seemed like it could have been termed an upset, but they beat the Rockies. That one got away from Jordan Hansen. The ball could have a little moisture. Like I said, the field's got just a slight dew covering on it from the rainstorm we had prior to the start of the ball game. And there is sun coming in at the plate. Logan Billings, he'll be playing third base defensively for Rutland Town. And he will become, oh yeah, he knew it, the first out on a strikeout. Now Lucas Heald, the catcher. So there's 1 out, nobody on, and we're scheduled for 6. This could become, I expect this to be tight and close and competitive. The game I did at Dewey Field, Rutland Town, well, I had to lead till about the midway point, and then I believe that ended up an 11-7, 11-8 type of ball game. Then the game I had here with Rutland Town and Proctor had a big task. They're down 5 or 6 runs in the 6th, and were able to rally and come back. And so these teams match up well. It should be a good ball game tonight. And that's right off the fist, up, and no, they couldn't locate it. Almost got the umpire. They were trying to get Portovansky's attention there, but it's hard to track the ball like that. It wasn't really up in the air a long time. That was just a little flare of a foul ball. So Heald will foul it off for a strike. Hansen, that time it dipped on him a little bit too soon and called a ball. Outfield, well, they're pretty much straight away. And about the midway point deep. And again, that one got away from behind Heald, and it bounces and rolls all over the field. They'll stop and pick the ball up. And again, crowd just starting to fill in now. There have been good crowds at all these ball games, and playoffs expect to continue, but I think the weather might have kept some people away till the last second. And that should be a walk. That'll be a walk, so here's Ty, Heald with a good eye. Knew the strike zone, didn't go up out of the strike zone after any of those balls, and now we'll have Steve Anderson up. So Hansen working with a runner on first. And Portovansky, as far as the throws down to second on steal attempts, Portovansky, very good arm, very accurate arm down there. And like I said, Boucher and Miles make up the middle of the infield. You can't see him because the umpire's there, but that's Jordan Hansen on the mound. You can just kind of see his number 2 right now. He'll wind it up and get the strike call at the knee. Steve Anderson and Andy Kanash on deck. Said Kanash was the winning pitcher against the Rockies, went all 6 innings, so he's spent his innings up for, well, I got the rule book in front of me, and boy, just missed inside. Anderson jumping back. Healed, staying down at first base. Slade at third base defensively, in on the grass, even with the grass. Oh, great pitch. Yeah, look at that for strike 2. Jordan Hansen with a strikeout already tonight. Looking for out number 2 here. You're watching the playoffs and Youth League baseball action, so back-to-back walks. That was a full count. Now Andy Kanash up, and Kanash tonight will be playing shortstop. And there's a reason he's in that cleanup spot. He makes good contact. So makings of a good start here to the ballgame for Rutland Town. They're looking for a big inning. And good pitch going away from the left-hander. We'll call a strike. So Hansen working from ahead in the count right now. And this time, same pitch. This time he floated a little bit high, if anything, and outside, the umpire said. And he will shift toward that first baseline defensively in the outfield. They'll go toward the right field line. Got underneath it, and that'll be out of play. So it'll be a strike out of play. I'll have 2 strikes on him. Top of the first, and we're going to go 6. I got a feeling the weather's going to clear up. We're going to go at least 6. I got a feeling we might be going further tonight. Protovansky with the target, wants it on the outside corner. He hung it up, and Tomlinson coming in. And no, I missed it. I had the wrong player. They're going to throw to third, and it's going to be safe. So the fly ball was on the infield. I was following Curtis in with it, thinking that he was going to track it, but it was just... They're calling the batter out for leaving early, I believe. So I'll go to the umpire. I believe that is what I heard him say. As I'm waiting for... So no, they're calling a runner at Kanash out. I gotta tell you the truth, I don't know why. So that'd be second and third. I mean, well, I'm just wondering if they called an infield fly, but that really wasn't on the infield. You know, an infielder tried to field it. Okay, well, there's 2 down, and I'll have to get an explanation on that. Zach Allen up. And again, a base hit here will play at least 1, if not 2. Hansen trying to work his way out of a little bit of a jam here in his first inning. See Tomlinson in the foreground. He's a center fielder. He's playing relatively shallow now. Oh, great pitch inside. Tied up Zach Allen. Jacob Clark on deck if they get that far. So Hansen with 2 strikes. That's going to be caught by Johnson as he stuck with it, and he'll make the out. They'll string it 2, and Proctor will come up in the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game. So it has been all season. Leading off for Proctor will be Richard Boucher, and Kyle Casarino's first pitch going to be inside a little bit and be ball. Lucas Heald is the catcher. Kyle Casarino is the pitcher. Stephen Anderson's at first base. I'll set the rest of that defense for you in just a second. That's going to be up, and caught for the first out by the pitcher Casarino. He'll retire the leadoff batter. Zach Allen's at second base. Andy Kanash is at short. Logan Billings is at third base. Avery Billings is in center field. Matt Bird's your right fielder. And I just need Jacob's last name. Jacob Clark is the left fielder. This is Protovansky up now, so now always get that leadoff batter out. That's a big plus for you at any age level, especially somebody who runs the bases as well as the Boucher does. And it's going to be down to second. Allen gets a handle on it, throws to first, and he'll get it to 4-3 ground out. See, Allen stuck with that, did a nice job. Didn't panic when he bobbled the ball, just ever slight amount. And now Jordan Hansen up. So Casarino looking for a 1-2-3 first inning. Rutland Town threatened, but could not score in their half of the first. And with 2 quick outs here, Casarino. Now, it's my understanding that Kanash threw the entire game, all 6 innings, so the rest of the pitching staff for Rutland Town is intact and has their innings available for tonight. Casarino, gotta remember too, just a 4th grader out there, and that's going to be called for and caught, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Casarino and the Red Sox. We'll go to the second scoreless in the semifinals. We get going in the second inning. Jacob Clark to up Avery Billings and Kyle Casarino. Jordan Hansen and Proctor came into this, the number 1 seed, this tournament, the number 1 seed, undefeated. And I'll tell you what, that's a lot of pressure at any age level to come in with such expectations. And it's tough to beat a team 3 times in 1 season, and that's what they're trying to do against the Red Sox. And after that, watching that first inning, that was a well-executed inning on the mound by Casarino and also by his teammates in the field defensively. So, because I can really see this being a 5-3, 6-4 type of ball game, which for youth league level, that's playing it right close to the best. That'll be high for a ball. And Clark at the plate is the left fielder. Billings, the center fielder, do up next, and then the pitcher Casarino. Hansen went 5 batters deep in that first inning. He struck out 1, walked a couple. And I never did get the explanation for the out on Kanash, but it was big because it helped not allow a run come in. And there's a strike on that outside corner. You see Hansen just starting to get into his rhythm of the game now. He'll get into that good mechanics he has, and that'll miss outside. And yeah, he had to wait and make sure, and it'll become a walk. So Clark will become the 3rd walk. I'll bring up Avery Billings. Now Casarino on deck. Hit the ball extremely well in the game here during the regular season. Again, in the outfield, you've got Tomlinson, Tilden, and Johnson. Now drop right in there this time for a strike. Whoops, he'll throw over to first. I was late, very late on that. I was actually standing up behind the camera. Hope you've enjoyed all the Youth League baseball action brought to you on Munger Vision. Got the American Legion Post 31 games coming up now, and good pitch inside jams them up. Portavansky will look but not throw down to first. From the regular season into the playoffs for the semifinals tonight, you can go to that website, PEGTV.com. And a good job right there with 2 strikes falling off what I think would have been strike 3. He got a bat on the ball and fouled it down the first baseline. Yeah, if you go to www.pegtv.com, click video on demand, you can watch sports, local sports, anywhere, anytime you want. A nice stop by Portavansky's. He'll dive outside and make the grab, and that'll keep the runner at first base. That's Landon defensively at first. Miles is at second. Boucher's the shortstop. Slade at the 3rd base position. That's a drop 3rd strike. Yeah, and they're going to throw down, and the runner will be in there. He was dancing, but he staggered into second base, and he'll be safe. So they'll get the stolen base and the strikeout. Now Kyle Casarino up with a runner in scoring position. Casarino, like I said in the game here, that was, I think, his first game being called up from the minor leagues. Hit the ball very well, and he was ripping for the fences right there. Oh, good swing again, good pitch also. No, you've got, in a game like this, in the semifinals, obviously you've got 2 outstanding teams meeting up. Every run is just humongous. So a 2-strike count with 1 out. Runner at second. This would be a big out right here. And he'll get him on strike 3. It's 3 strikeouts now. Again, Ed had that... 3 that had that 2-seam action on that fastball, that down and away stuff, but he's got 2 down now, and Matt Bird up. He represents the number 9 spot in the order, so top of the order sitting on deck, and Logan Billings. So again, Hansen working with a runner in scoring position for the second inning, trying to help Rutland Town strand another runner. Bird ready from the right side. Good eye right there by Bird as that pitch came inside, and he just stepped back and let it come in. And I think the rain for a while is done. And outside, see Protabansky there. Nice job behind the plate, keeping the ball in play in front of him. Again, not letting all those dipping pitches get by him and allow the runners to move up. And that's been that way all season. And it'll be high. Roy Pache had snuck in behind Clark at second base, and he wanted to throw, and he would have had a good chance at picking him off there. And he'll get the call strike at the belt. So Bird, with those 2 strikes, got to bear down. You see the smoke from the... and that's it. He'll strand the third. That's the third runner stranded in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless still in Proctor, Vermont. Cody Landon leading things off. So at the cleanup spot, number 4 spot in the batting order. Kyle Casarino will be high with his first pitch for a ball. Casarino, 3 pitches, 3 outs, or faced 3 batters, I mean, in that first inning, and 3 outs. He induced a couple pop-ups and a ground out, and it was very accurate around the plate, and that's going to be a strike. 1-1 to count. Landon, like I said, pitched very well in relief in the quarterfinal game against Barstow, and his bat was big and moving in. That's going to be fouled off as he sprayed it to the opposite field, and he'll have 2 strikes on him now. Again, Casarino, just a 4th grader playing up at the 5th, 6th grade level. Outstanding athlete. And boy, good job, because you don't know, that could have been a strike right there, and he didn't take it looking. He got up there and fouled it off. So we already mentioned Casarino's the pitcher, but we have Lucas Hill still the catcher, Steven Anderson's at first, Zach Allen at second, Andy Kanash is at short, Logan Billings is at third. That's going to be up, and Avery Billings will chase her down, and that's going to be going to the second base. He'll be there, so he'll have the first runner of the ballgame for Proctor. It'll be Cody Landon going into second base. Now Kyle Miles. So Proctor with their first threat of the evening. And that's going to be out of play. I couldn't track it myself. I had to look at the players, and that was just on the opposite side of the fence by a couple feet. Getting right into some of the good hitters here. Tilden on deck, and the runner at second and nobody out. It's going to be tough to try to get his way out of the jam here for Casarino. Rutland Town in the outfield's got Matt Bird, Avery Billings, and Jacob Clark. So just the 1 sub on the bench, and I'll get to that in just a second for Rutland Town. All good pitch. Had him fooled on it as he was backing up. So Miles in the hole here with 2 strikes. And that's going to be past the catcher on a wild pitch. Landon will go to third base. So again, it's very important at any age level to keep that ball as a catcher in front of you. And Heald a very good catcher back there. That was just a little bit out of his reach. Well, he went up and got it, and caught for the out. And he'll get the ball in, and that's going to score the run. Yes. Here comes a sacrifice fly, and a good play out there by Matt Bird. Now bring up Sam Tilden now with the bases clean and 1 out. So Matt Bird with the big grab, and then got the ball back into the cutoff quickly. It would have taken a near perfect relay and throw to get that runner out from third base. So it becomes 1-0 Proctor. Now, so Tilden now, the left fielder. Liked that one. 1 after it, and again I had good motion away from the right-handed hitter. And Casarino got just tremendous mechanics. Watch when he's generating more power than than his body size right now. Watch his mechanics right here. Beautiful pitch. Beautiful job. And that will be a strikeout. And that'll be the first strikeout of the ballgame for Casarino. Second out of the inning. Now Jesse Slade up with 2 down and 1 run in. Nobody on. Oh, great pitch. He's tickling that outside corner right now, and he looks relaxed out there. That's what I like about all these players on both teams. They love the game. They're here. They love their teammates and being around the camaraderie. But they just, right now, a couple of the Proctor team players that I talked to for the interview for SportsBeat couldn't say enough. Love baseball. Couldn't get that out enough. Love the game. And Slade again. Can't get that outside corner. We'll swing through it and be strike 2. So Casarino looking for that third out and get out of this inning with just a 1-run scoring. And that one got away from him a little bit. I'm not sure if that was his changeup or his pop fly pitch, but it's going to be a ball. And Slade. I had a player one time when I was coaching that was swung at that. Got him looking at the inning. He'll strike 2 out. 2 to the 3 out there on the strikeout. Proctor will pick up a run. We'll go to the third with Proctor up 1-0. For Rutland Town here in the third, Logan Billings, top of the order up. That's going to be to Slade. He's got a good arm, long throw, and got him. Oh, great play at the corner by Slade. He's been rock solid at third base all season long for the Proctor Rangers. There's a good hit by Billings, but he'll ground out 5-3. See the quick release too? Now healed up, he walked. Lucas Heald, the catcher, he walked his first time up. Ended up getting stranded at third base. And he'll just get down out of the way of that pitch that came inside on him. Hansen had 3 strikeouts in the... He started the second inning off with a walk and struck out the next 3 batters. He had a strikeout in the start of the ball game. He's got 4 for the ball game. And I'm just, because today is Wednesday, they won't play again until Friday, so we get that day off. And I'm just interested to see how the pitching lays out for both teams tonight. Protovansky, the catcher, is an excellent pitcher for Proctor. He didn't throw anything innings-wise. He threw no innings in the quarterfinals game. Oh, good pitch. So Billings will go down. Or I'm sorry, Heald will go down. He will become the 5th strikeout victim. Now Steve Anderson up. He walked and was stranded at second base his first time up. So 2 down, and you can see how comfortable and relaxed that Hansen is now. Oh, that was a good pitch. See the dust pop off Protovansky's glove? That had some juice on it, that pitch. Tell you, actually, after the rain shower now, very comfortable night to be playing baseball. Inside, tied him up, strike 2. We're looking for a 1-2-3 inning with Anderson down 2 strikes. Kanash on deck. Just a tad bit high. Tomlinson, the center fielder, had started off the field, thought it was strike 3. It was close, I'll tell you, awful close to take with 2 strikes. That's strike 3, and he'll have a 1-2-3 third. 1-0 Proctor going into the bottom of the third. Ryan Johnson up for the first time in the ballgame here in the bottom of the third. And he will go after that high fastball and be a strike. Casarino with 2 strikeouts in the ballgame so far. It'll be Johnson, then Curtis Tomlinson, the on-deck batter, then top of the order with Bechet. And that outside corner, again, getting painted by both pitchers tonight. That'll be a strike. But I tell you what, that's a pitcher's pitch right there, if he can get that call all night long. And you can teach it at this age. If it's outside like that, go with the pitch. You got to teach them to go with the pitch. That's fouled off. So Ryan Johnson, the right fielder, digging in with 2 strikes. Kyle Casarino on the mound. Well, great. That's a good battle right there. That was a good pitch. That was a good 2-strike swing. There's a swing, and then there's a 2-strike swing, and Johnson had a 2-strike swing going right there. Got a horizontal fall out of that, too. I mean, he was right on that pitch. Just, you see the umpire, just a little high. Right idea by Casarino. Just bring it a little bit up the ladder. Now the strike zone. See if you can chase it with those 2 strikes. And fouled off. That one came up around the eyeballs, and he fouled it off. Defense looking the same out there with Logan Billings at short, Logan Billings at third, Andy Kanash at short, Zach Allen at second, Steven Anderson at first, Lucas Fields catcher, Kyle Casarino. And again, I'm not sure what he's throwing there. Changeup or a curve, like a Bill Lee curveball. Outfield, you got Matt Bird, Avery Billings, and Jacob Clark. And that's the Rutland Town Red Sox defenses. We're in the semifinals, and it's strike 3. 1 and done is what happened. You lose tonight. That's 3 strikeouts in a row now by Casarino going back to the second inning. You got Tilden, Slade, and Johnson now with Curtis Tomlinson up. Tomlinson is a luxury number 9 hitter for a coach. He just hits the ball so well. And that's going to be on the roof, as you can hear the thump out there. And that's a foul ball strike. So Tomlinson swings a good bat in that number 9 spot. Gives you a lot of offense out of the number 9 spot in the batting order. Good player anyways. Oh, see that? That was a good rip at the ball. Nice level swing, head down on the ball. Don't like the front foot thing, but lefties do that. They'll pull that front foot out toward first base, a lot of their swings. 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way from Casarino. Just a tad high. A good eye by Tomlinson. And like I had said, top of the order, Richard Bechet sits on deck. Casarino had a 1-2-3 first inning. Casarino with a great fielding ability will throw to first and he'll get the out. So 2 down very quickly here for Proctor. Now Casarino with a 3 strikeouts in a row. He's got a put out and an assist. Remember, he caught the fly ball off Bechet right here. So Bechet who popped up to the pitcher for the second time now. And that came inside and will be a ball a little bit too far inside. I'll tell you what, I anticipated a low-scoring game. Like I told you, a 4-3, 6-4, something like that. And we're on target as that Heald will miss the catcher there, and it missed the umpire also. And we're in the 3rd, and it's just 1-0 Proctor. Tell you what, you get to this point in the season, you're pretty much seasoned. You're a veteran now. And I said in the semifinals tonight, it's single elimination. You win, you move on to the championship game. You get to the championship round, you have to win 2 out of 3 games. And it'll be a walk, and they'll put a runner at first base with 2 down. Now Bechet, an excellent base runner, good instincts out there. So he's another man at the plate who usually makes contact, Protovansky. So you've got a good opportunity here to move the runner along with a hit and run or the straight steal and then generate a hit. But Protovansky up, and that's going to be up the middle and a slow roller. And it's going to keep on running. See Bechet, he never stopped moving. He's going to be the third base and safe. That's just a smart piece of running by Bechet. Protovansky with the single has had just enough speed on it to get past the shortstop, Kanash. Now Jordan Hansen up. He popped up to Zach Allen, the second baseman. So all this taking place now with 2 down. There are 2 on, and perfect opportunity to steal. Send a runner from first to second. That'll be fouled off the end of the bat for a strike. Protovansky will head back to first base. And Hansen batting in a number 3 spot in the order. That means the big guy, Cody Landon, on deck. And that one coming in, and the runner, they'll give up second base, won't make a play on it. So it's an uncontested base here for Protovansky. 1-0. Proctor with the lead in the bottom of the 3rd, but they're threatening here with 2 down. That's up, and going to be just over the outstretched reach of Billings, and coming in with the second run is Protovansky. So Hansen got contact, and so all you want to do really is make contact at this point. Bechet scored ahead of Protovansky, so that'll become 2 runs driven in. It makes it 3-0. Cody Landon up now. He had a double and scored the game's first run. So Landon Chance to drive in another run here. It's 3-0 Proctor. We're in the third. Oh, good pitch. You know what I liked about that is Casarino challenged the big stud, Landon, right there. Brought the heater right down the center of the plate. You can see Hansen down at second base. That's going to be toward the middle, up the middle, and they're going to wave Hansen around with that good speed, and he'll cut the corner, and he's going to come in with the third run of the inning, fourth of the ball game. And Landon with an RBI single. Now Kyle Miles is able to break any action as the umpires. There's a ball that doesn't belong on the field, out in the outfield, and he's tracking it down. And a good job by the young umpire. Casarino looking for that third out. Miles had a sacrifice fly his only time up, drove in a run, hit it to right field. That'll be a foul ball. So again, Casarino got the first 2 outs here this inning with a strikeout and a ground out, and walked Boucher, and that opened the door up for Protovansky's little seeing eye single. That will be behind the runner, and you can see the batter, and the runner Landon going down to second base, and he'll take the bag out. And he'll put himself in scoring position with that aggressive running that Proctor likes to exhibit. Casarino. That'll be past heel. That'll be a wild pitch, and Landon will go down to third base. So again, Proctor, after he's going through that 1-2-3 first inning, they were set down in order, starting to gather a little momentum now. They're getting a second look through the order now at Casarino. And there's a long way to go in the ball game too. His healed catcher going to get his gear back on. There he is. Done a good job behind the plate for the Rutland Town Red Sox. And it is a strike. I thought it was, even with all the bending up and down by the batter Miles trying to get out of the way. That looked like a good pitch, and it was. And so Miles, again, want to make contact, force him to make the play. Kanash to first, and they got him, just got him by a step. Nice play by Kanash. And then a stretcher there by Anderson, but Proctor will have a 4-0 lead going into the fourth inning of play. And just like in the quarterfinals, here in the semis, we'll see 3 innings of Hansen. He struck out 6 batters, didn't allow a run. Now Landon will come on, Cody Landon. And that's going to be a foul ball. As Andy Kanash up at the plate. So we're in the fourth, and they're at Andy Kanash, Zach Allen, Jacob Clark, do it right in the middle of the order. Hansen pitched very effectively. Got into a little bit of a pickle in that first inning. He was able to work his way out of that. Struck out 3 in the second. He walked the leadoff batter and then struck out the next 3. And he ended strongly, striking out the last 2 batters he faced. So he ended up with 6 strikeouts. And again, no runs came in against him. 4-0, Proctor Rangers in the field with the lead. And that's going to be a foul ball. So Kanash, with a couple fouls here, will be down 0-2 in the count. Again, it's pitching and defense that gets you to the finals. And the winner here will move on to the finals. So Landon pitched the last 3 innings of the quarterfinal game and was dominant against the competition, against the Barstow squad. And he'll, there's again that left-handed action, that down and away pitch. So he'll start off with a strikeout. And I believe he struck out 7 of the 9 batters he faced. It's either 6 of 10 or 7 of 9, something like that. He had a phenomenal ratio in the quarterfinal game. Zach Allen, he flied out to the right fielder. Oh, and I got to catch up on some of the changes too. I'm just looking around. There's some defensive changes. Jordan Hansen, who was the pitcher, he went to third base. Protovansky, who was the catcher, went to second base. Tomlinson's now the first baseman. Boucher stays the original member of the infield at the shortstop position. That's foul ball strike. And Miles, or is that Slade? There's a new catcher, and I believe it's Miles back there. but I cannot guarantee that. Then Reed Farley's the center fielder. Fisher Paquette is the right fielder. And Sean Blanchard is the left fielder. So there'll be 2 strikes now. So yeah, a lot of defensive changes here in the 4th for Proctor. It's Landon. Again, of course, you know, it's tough. You get to see Hansen, who's a right-handed pitcher, not physically as big as Cody Landon. And you bring Landon in, and he's, you know, you've seen a different release point. Obviously, he's a left-handed pitcher, but he's also different heights you're looking at on the mound. It's intimidating. That's going to be the shortstop. Oh, what a hop. Not much he could do with that, as the ball took a tremendous hop, and it'll become a base hit. So Zach Allen, with a base hit here, will be at first base. He's 1 for 2 now in the evening now. Jacob Clark up. He's only been up once. He walked. He had a stolen base. So Rutland Town, like I said, a lot of time left. 4th, 5th, and 6th innings still to go in regulation, and they're only down to 4 runs. A couple runs here, you know, and they're going to be chatting it up and get some momentum going. Allen, good speed at first base. See if Rutland Town tries to utilize that good speed here and gets the running game going. But no, the whole key to it is to make contact. You don't have to drive the ball over the fence. Make contact and force that defense to make the play. Put pressure on the defense. Like in that case right there, it wasn't even a case of that. Made contact and just got a tremendous bounce off the seam of the infield right over the top of Bechet. So a 1-1 count, and Landon doesn't seem to have quite the rhythm right now he had coming into the ball game on Monday night. Of course, he could take him, but, you know, he just got in too, so. Foul ball. Tomlinson there knocked it down. It's going to be a foul ball, so it'll be a 2-2 count now, I believe. Again, the Red Sox beating the Rockies to get here in the quarterfinals, make it to the semis. And Barstow going down to Proctor. And that's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. They're saying it was a tad bit high, and I think it was above the belt when it crossed the plate, but that's pretty tough to take with 2 strikes. So a full count now, as it's starting to sprinkle again. That's going to be put into play. Protovansky, there's 1. And they won't get the double play, but they'll eliminate the lead runner. Again, Protovansky always thinking. Got the ball. So Clark will reach on a fielder's choice. Now Avery Billings up with 2 down now. And yeah, it is starting to sprinkle out in the ball game again. So Rutland Town with an opportunity here with a runner on base. There are 2 down. And just outside, Kyle Casarino, the on-deck batter for Rutland Town. And Avery Billings, the center fielder, at the plate for Rutland Town. Just couldn't catch up to that fastball. It'll be a swinging strike. It'll even the count out at 1 ball, 1 strike. Where you see Landon again with the good mechanics, and got the strike. Runner taken off, going down, and they won't try the throw. So good job by Clark, being awake out there at first base and motoring it down to second when he had the opportunity. So again, rather in scoring position, and Rutland Town needing the timely hit in this situation. And just, again, missing outside ever so close. Again, www.pegtv.com. You can watch local sports on the internet. Click video on demand. And he'll get them. That'll end the inning, and they'll strand the runner at second base. So we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Still 4-0 Proctor with a lead over Rutland Town. And picking up now as we try and get this to an official game. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Casarino out on that mound, and that rained prior to the start of the ball game. Then it cleared up and looked like it was going to be all right. Blanchard hitting now as he's batting in the in Tilden's spot. And Slade spot Nix. I'll have to wait to see who comes to bat for him in that position. And it is raining hard here in Proctor, Vermont. It will be interesting to see how long the umpires will let it go. They're trying to get it in also as an official ball game. The scheduling tight, and the weather not looking that dapper tomorrow in the forecast, and it's just a downpour now outside. We got a 4-0 game going into the bottom of the fourth. I believe 4 innings makes it an official contest. Heald, the catcher, enjoying the cool rain. That's going to be hit down to first base, taken by Anderson. He'll step on the bag, and there's one down here. So as we get that next spot, it looks like, I want to say Fisher-Paquette, but I'm not sure. Could be Blanchard, actually. Hard for me to see in the rain, too. And that is Blanchard, I believe, with the big swing and a miss. Okay, so we're actually official already. Okay. The rule is 4 innings or 3.5 innings if the home team is ahead, and that's just what happened here. So Blanchard batting in Slade's spot, and it should be Paquette on deck, and it is. So I'm waiting to see if the umpires get the 4, even though it's official, get the 4 innings in and call it a ball game, which would be a shame, but swing and a miss on a good pitch by Casarino. And I believe Tom Kanosh, number 5, is the new center fielder out there for Rutland Town. On a wet one tonight in the semifinals. And that slipped out of the hand of Casarino. And actually the rain's starting to seem, it's still coming down hard, but it's letting up from what it was just a few moments ago. Rain before the ball game cleared up, and now raining here in the fourth. That's driven to center field and off the glove of Kanosh. He'll chase it down, and that will be a runner at first base now. It's going to be Blanchard at first. And Paquette up. So Fisher-Paquette, who came in last inning defensively to play right field, and so you're getting a dry ball to Casarino. And they're going to have the Proctor dugout dry that spare ball up. And of course, the big thing is too, if you don't want any thunder or lightning, players get right out the field immediately for that. Have Legion Post 31 baseball action coming up, weather permitting, tomorrow night, and you'll see that at a later date on Channel 15 or on the internet at PEGTV.com. And that's in play. Casarino, good fielder, he'll make the throw and get the out at first. That's 2 down now. Blanchard will end up, or is that Farley? That's Farley, I'm sorry, at second base. That's 18, not 16. Yeah, with the rain, the mosquitoes coming out now. Yeah. So with 2 outs and a runner scoring position, Tomlinson is up here in the bottom of the fourth. And a strike called on that. Again, nice job of painting the corners here by all 3 pitchers tonight. Casarino's gone the distance for Rutland Town, and that one got away from him. And Farley hustling down to third base will be there standing up. So again, what Casarino wants to do here is get out of this inning, not get up a run, give his team a chance if they let him continue on playing here. Again, for the second pitch in a row, that one kind of floated on him. I don't know if his ball's getting wet or if his landing spot is all mud out there, but you see the umbrellas popping up in the background, so. And that'll be to the fence, and Farley will stay at third base, and Heald, the catcher, got to that wild pitch real quick. And you see Casarino kind of shaking his hand there like he's having a problem gripping the ball in the weather, in the wet rain. That was right there, and that's some pop on the glove too, some juice on the ball. So this inning started off with that ground out down to first base that Anderson took. Then a misplayed ball in center field. That's going to be too far inside, and Tomlinson will draw the walk, and that'll bring up Bechet now, top of the order. So Richard Bechet up. Now he's officially 0 for 1 tonight. He popped up to the pitcher his first time up. Then he walked and scored a run back in the third. And the rain picking up some momentum again as it's coming down harder. 2 down. And it's inside off the glove. Runner will get down. Tomlinson will get down to second base, and Farley will remain at third base. So second and third now on that wild pitch. Shane Protovansky on deck for the Rangers. If they can extend it, one more batter here. Again, they'll come right off the backstop, back to Heald, and Casarino hustled in to cover the bag. The runners stay put. Well, on the first day that felt like summer all season, it's going to end on a wet note. Winner tonight will move on to the championship round, where you've got to win 2 of 3 against your opponent. Tonight, still single elimination. And a good rip at the ball, but he fouled straight back. A couple strikes on Richard Bechet. Andy Kanash went the distance all 6 innings against the Rockies for Rutland Town. Got the win. His innings are used up for tonight. Casarino into the 4th, and that's going to be foul down the third baseline as he stung the ball to the opposite field, but foul. He'll take a glance down the first base and get the sign as the umpire gets resituated behind home base. 2-2 count, and see the target inside, and that's where the pitch is, and fouled back again. Just got a piece of it to stay alive with those 2 strikes. Got out of the first inning, both teams were scoreless, and then it was Proctor that broke on top as Landon came in after he had doubled to score the game's first run, then a 3-run third, and that's where we sit right now at 4-0 Proctor. And that's going to be out of play again, down the first baseline and out of play. Yeah, Bechet, Protovansky, and Hansen all scoring in that third inning. Again, the 2 strikes on him. Bechet doing a nice job of following off some good pitches. That'll miss. We'll have a full count. Runners at second and third, and a walk here will load the bases. And Casarino getting a little bit up in the pitch count right now. And that'll be ball 4, and no, they're not going to try to score from third. So the bases will be juiced for Protovansky. 1 for 2 tonight. He's scored a run. He's got a single. He's grounded out 4-3. And Andy Kanash with some words of encouragement for Casarino. Yeah, with 2 down, any contact, all the runners are off and going. And defensively, don't forget, there's a force out at any base out there. Protovansky going on that first pitch, and that's going to be called for and caught by Kanash. He'll leave him loaded in the 4th. We'll stay at 4-0 going into the 5th inning on Munger Vision. Casarino swinging a miss. Landon on the mound to start the 5th. Casarino will lead things off, and they'll go to Matt Bird, then top of the order, Logan Billings. That's the 3 due up. We did have that substitution with Tom Kanash there, and I'll have to see where they plug Kanash into the lineup. Oh yeah, and don't adjust your set. That is rain, you see, pouring rain coming down. Semi-final action on PEGTV Channel 15 Sports. Real baseballs. We have the Proctor Youth League here. Casarino will sting it down toward first. He'd be knocked down at second by Protovansky from his knees to first, and Tomlinson will make the grab. And a nice job by Protovansky on that 4-3 ground out. So they'll eliminate Casarino here in the 5th. Get that leadoff batter. Now Matt Bird spot will be taken by Tom Kanash. So Kanash will bat for Bird. Bird was 0 for 1 tonight. Then top of the order, Logan Billings due up. Now, I believe it was a 7-2 win in the quarterfinals against Barstow. And again tonight, you can see after holding Barstow to just the 2 runs, you can see right now with a shutout going between Hansen, who started the first 3 innings, and now Landon's coming on here on the 2nd inning of work. I don't know how long they're going to let him go, but that'll fade inside. Landon not quite as dominant looking tonight as he was in the quarterfinal game, but it's understandable with the weather conditions. Hansen at third base defensively, Boucher at short. Protovansky knows at second, Tomlinson at first. That's a real solid infield, and that will drop in there for a strike. Yeah, Rutland Town came in with just 10 players, and they've plugged in their substitute player, Kanash, or Tom Kanash. And that'll slip inside too far, and there'll be a ball. And see Farley still in center field. Paquette is the right fielder, and Blanchard's the left fielder. That's the defensive alignment. And I did forget to mention, I think that's Miles behind the plate doing the catching. Usually if Protovansky is in the field, it is Miles. And that'll be a walk with 1 out. And I think it's a perfect opportunity in weather conditions like this to send the runner early. It's going to be tough for the catcher to get a grip on the ball and make the throw. Logan Billings up. He's 0 for 2 tonight. The big third baseman out there for Rutland Town. Can that pitch inside, handcuffed him, and good stuff from Landon. Of course, that's from a left-handed pitcher coming down and in on the fist to the right-handed batter. Yep, Munger vision in any weather. Is that tough? Community volunteering, huh? Right out in the pouring rain. Strike 2 from Landon as he finds the sweet spot on the glove of Miles. In the outfield pretty much straight away right now. Not that deep actually, playing relatively shallow. And he went after a pitch out of the strike zone, and he'll go down on strikes for the second out. Lucas healed up. He's walked and struck out. Done a good job behind the plate catching tonight, as Landon wants and gets a new dry ball, and he'll toss that ball into the dugout, and he'll do some more drying on it. I believe that's Mr. Blanchard in there in the... How far away?
Darren's leaving out of Valley.
So the weather report is it's going to get a lot worse very shortly. But it is an official ball game right now. Just speculating, if they do get thunder and lightning, I wouldn't expect them to wait the 30 minutes this time of night, would you? No. Swing and a miss, and that pitch again, lots of steam on it up and out of the strike zone. Healed will chase it, and there's 2 outs. And Tom Kanash down at first base. 3 strikeouts in the ball game for Landon. 9 for the team. Remember, Hansen had 6 strikeouts. And that's going to be strike 3. That'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Proctor in the semifinals on Munger Vision. It's the real backbone to a successful youth league. Volunteers. You can see they need a little speedy dry put down on the home base and the pitching areas. Again, very, very wet conditions. I got a weather report coming from up north at Otter Valley that there's thunder and lightning coming very shortly. So we're in the bottom of the 5th. We're scheduled for 6. It's an official game. It is semifinals. They like to get the whole thing in and give Rutland Town as much an opportunity as they can here. But you see the volunteers out there. Now I know, let's see, the muscular one I think is Mr. Miles. And then Bob Protovansky, of course, got me nice and dry here. Got me under a tent. Wood staging, and a nice job they did. So hands off to the hats off to the volunteers here for all the good work they do behind the scenes. The new pitcher is Tommy Kanash. So another good pitching performance by Kyle Casarino. He now goes to second base defensively. Jordan Hansen, who was the starting pitcher tonight, at the plate. That'll be popped up and caught by Andy Kanash. 1 pitch, 1 out, and it's a good job out there by Andy Kanash, looking up in the raindrops. Last time up, Hansen had doubled. Now Cody Landon up. He's got a double and a single. He has scored a run and he's driven in a run, so a typical night for Cody Landon, producing big hits and doing a good job on the mound. Tell you what, it's been a well-played game by everybody on both sides. That had some nice sinker action on that fastball, and Kanash will induce the swinging strike from Landon. Zach Allen has gone out from second base to play center field now. Avery Billings has gone to right field. He was the center fielder, and I'm just trying to catch up. And Clark remains in left. That's going to be put into play out to Kanash. He'll pick it up and be safe. I think he would have beat the throw, but it pulled Anderson off the bag, and he'll be safe with the one out. An official will give him an infield single on that. Now, Miles is up, and Miles 0 for 2. He's flied out to right field and grounded out to the shortstop, Andy Kanash. Tom Kanash on the mound. 4-0 in the bottom of the fifth. Proctor with 1 run in the second, 3 in the third. Couple goose eggs on both sides of the scoring. And a runner heading down to second base, and he'll be in standing up as you see Landon down at second base. Now Blanchard should be up next. He should be on deck for the Proctor squad. They're going to give him a dry ball now. As the umpire is doing a good job working with the Proctor dugout and making sure they have a spare ball that's dry. So Miles set, Landon at second, 1 down. That will slip out of the hands of Kanash and be a ball. Other than that, I think the defense stays the same as Logan Billings at third, Andy Kanash at short. I mentioned that Casarino's gone to second, Anderson at first. That's going to be to second base. Casarino gets a good hop, it stays with it, and 2 down now as Landon will get over to third base. Now Blanchard up, and it is big, it is important for Rutland Town, just like in basketball, to get a defensive stop here. They're going to be coming up in the top of the 6th, needing 4 runs to tie it, 5 to take the lead, and they want to not add to that deficit here. So Kanash has come on here and done a good job in relief of Casarino. Yeah, and good eye right there by Blanchard on that pitch. So Blanchard came in a couple innings ago defensively. Or is that, did I make the same mistake twice? That looks like Blanchard. I thought I might got mixed up with Farley, but it's Farley who's batting next. So Blanchard bearing down with those strikes on him. We'll watch it hit the corner for strike 2. Tell you what a pitcher's pitch that was right there. Again, that corner has been called all night long on a very consistent basis. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Big pitch coming up here for Kanash. And he'll jam him inside, and he'll run it to a full count now. Getting a walk wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right here. It would just extend the inning to Farley. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the rain seems to have subsided momentarily. I've gone to a sprinkler right now. The information I had is worse to come, so. And that'll be outside, and that'll be ball 4. And he's coming home, and he's going to be safe ahead of it, and it's going to be the 5th run of the ball game, and it'll come on that wild pitch. And now Farley up, still with the 2 outs. That's a big run, though. That's just padding the lead, 5-0 right now. As I hear the drops on the 10th. So it is still raining out, but nowhere near as intense as it was just an inning ago. And Kanash will be just outside off the corner. Getting that defense bearing down here. They need that 3rd out. Big swing and a miss for a strike. Getting elevated the fastball there and got Farley to chase. And Paquette on deck. Or Johnson on deck, I'm sorry. That came in high. You see the umpire behind with the indication that it floated in high for a ball. So Blanchard down at first base. Got good speed down there. They haven't tried to move him along yet. That'll be off from the catcher's glove. Blanchard now with the chance, and he will go down to second base. They won't draw the throw. And They'll put a runner in scoring position with the 2 outs, and the ball backed up Kanash to Kanash there. As you can see, it's hard to handle it with the wetness on the ball. That's a 3-1 count, I believe, in Farley. Ready at the plate. We'll watch strike 2 get in there, and you can see that Blanchard went halfway and stopped, and Heald was right on the play, so he hustled after that ball that got away from him, and the runner stays put at second base after everything is all said and done. And that's a solid shot. That's going to skid into the gap. Be picked up by Allen. It'll squirt between him, his legs, and it'll go home, and it'll be 6-0. You see Blanchard coming in, and Farley with a solid hit. So he'll pick up an RBI on that, and still the 2 down as it goes 6-0. And I think they want some more maintenance done on home base. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, they're grabbing a speedy dry. They're going to do a little bit more grounds work here. So yeah, they got the some more of that speedy dry down, and I opened the iris up a little more, but some more light in. It's getting dark now. Oh, good pitch. There's a strike called. That's Johnson at the plate, I believe. Yes. So Johnson back at the plate. 6-0 Proctor in the bottom of the 5th, scheduled for 6. That'll be too far outside. Heald with a good grab. Now keep Farley at second. The ball didn't get by him. Again, if you're just joining us, we had quite a downpour in the middle of the game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Johnson going after that bender. Now rain coming over, and then it let up for the beginning of the ball game, but it has made up for it since. And that's going to allow Farley to get down to third base. And I'm expecting Landon to come out to finish things up. As again, he started this inning off by getting a pop fly from Jordan Hansen for an out. And it's going to be playable to Kanash to first. No, they'll go out of play, and that's going to let another run come in. The runner will from first will go to second, and he's going to be out. That'll be the inning. The run will count. We'll have a 7-0 game. Proctor with the lead going into the top of the 6th, looking for that ticket to the finals. So Cody Landon just 3 outs away from sending Proctor into the championship round. And Steven Anderson at the plate. Those 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th, big runs, made it a 7-0 lead. That'll be a strike. It evens things up at 1-1. That is Slade catching, by the way. I was torn between him and Miles, and when he turned around during the warm-ups, I could clearly see it was number 11, Jesse Slade, doing the catching. He'll pounce the outside. That's where they want the target, outside corner from Landon. Got it. Strike 2 to Anderson. As they're looking at the heart of the order, Anderson, Andy Kanash, and Zach Allen do up as they're at the 3-4-5 batters, and they need 7 runs to tie this thing up. And strike, nope, just outside. He said, rain picking up hard again. I admire the fact that the parents, players, and the umpires, everybody stuck it out, and they're going to get all 6 innings in, or it appears they're going to get all 6 innings in. And that's a swinging strike, and that's a strikeout for Landon. He'll retire the leadoff batter in the 6th on a strikeout. That's just going to be his 5th strikeout. 11 for Proctor pitching between Hansen and Landon. That is 11 strikeouts. Now Andy Kanash up. That's going to be ripped down to first base, base hit. And Johnson will quickly get the ball into Boucher, and he'll make sure the runner stays at first. So they have a pulse in Rutland Town. They got a runner at first for Zach Allen. He's flying out to right. and had a single. So getting every base runner. They need a lot of runners here. And he went up the ladder, chased that pitch out of the strike zone, swinging strike. Proctor with that undefeated season, perfect record. Looking to defeat Rutland Town for the 3rd time this year. That's a tough thing to do. And the runner's going to go and they're going to eat the ball. So they'll give up second base uncontested. No, he went back. Wow. So Kanash went back to first base. And the pitch on the way from Landon will be outside. And it's tough to get control of the ball when it's all wet like that. And we've seen good pitching tonight from everybody. Pitching-wise, Tommy Kanash has pitched well. Kyle Casarino has pitched well. Jordan Hansen pitched well. And now Cody Landon. So we've seen teams that get this far into the semifinals. Chances are pitching got them there quite a while. Boucher will make the grab in the rain for out number 2. So Jacob Clark, he's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. And Coach Boucher coming out to talk to his battery. You know, now that the headgear's off, that does look like Slade. I'm going to go with Miles catching. Okay, now he's stepped up to the mound that's closer to me. I can see 13, so it is Miles, not Slade catching. And that's the last time I'll change my mind about that. This could be for the playoffs, for the finals. Tomlinson, safe. And going to third base is Kanash. He's in a pickle. Hansen trying to chase him down, and he's going to be safe. So they'll get runners at first and second. So what looked to be the game-ending ground out puts runners at first and second instead. Gonna bring up Avery Billings. Again, they're only down 7-0. Runners at first and second. The downside of that is there's 2 down. So you need a walk or a base hit here or an error to keep this thing going. And I don't think he could hold up. No, couldn't resist, couldn't hold up, and that'll be a strike. Ken Proctor just 1 out away from going into the championship round where you must win 2 of 3 from your opponent. And outside, he flirted with it, but didn't get the call, and it'll be ball 1. I'll tell you, for the most part, the crowd has stayed intact here. And that will be a swinging strike. It's not a foul ball, and the runners will be at second and third as Clark and Kanash move up on that ball that got by Miles. So right now, you know, the fact that they've been shut out just escaped me until now, but Proctor held Barstow to 2 runs, and they've shut Rutland Town out here so far into the 6th. And that is the ball game. Strike 3, looking to be 12 strikeouts for Proctor pitching tonight. I tell you, it all starts with the pitching. They got it from the starter Hansen and from the reliever Landon, and they got timely hits and win it 7-0. A good effort by Rutland Town, but Proctor will move on to the championship. And hopefully you'll be able to watch that on Channel 15 on Munger Vision. But congratulations to both teams, and a great effort. Get out there and support community events like this in your area, and I always support Munger Vision.